Hello, and thank you for viewing this training for Oracle as a desk manual. The topic for this training is the receiving or receipt of transfers into a warehouse. The audience for this training is the DC management and any person who is responsible for receiving product into the warehouse using the Oracle system. Like we said before, this training is to receive a transfer from another warehouse. So for that, you'll go to your main menu in the Oracle system. And the first part where you open, it'll be the inbound logistics. Second, it will be receipts. On this form, you will select the source type. Instead of being all, we need to change that to internal because it's an internal transfer from another warehouse. And you will have to retrieve from the bill of lading in the transfer, you will need to retrieve the delivery number. The delivery number is used in this form as the shipment number. So once you retrieve that, you will type it here. In this case, we are going to use this for this training, which is a transfer from New Jersey into Florida, and this is the delivery number. So once you have these two fields populated, you click Find, and it will open this small header where it gives you the transfer, the shipment number, and the date that was shipped, and the date that you are receiving it. So you can go ahead and just close this form, and it will open up the details of the transfer. So here we have 4 lines that we need to receive, and for the purpose of this training, we are going to receive everything as it was complete, which is essentially what you will do. In the case of any discrepancies, whether it is short or over, we cannot have anything open in transit. So you will have to receive the quantities complete, and in case there was a discrepancy in the shipment, then after it is received, you will have to submit an inventory adjustment. So in this case, you will not change the quantities here simply because it's a transfer. If it's any other type of transaction, like an inbound container or an RGA, you may be able to change the quantities here. But in the case of the transfers, you will need to receive it complete, so that there is nothing in transit with a variance or anything pending, and then after that we can just fix the inventory internally by means of an inventory adjustment. So that's it. In order for you to receive everything complete, you will place a check mark in each one of these lines. You will receive, the first time you will receive this message, and you really don't care too much about this. You just close that, say OK, and close it. All it's doing is creating an LPN in the background. So you place a check mark in every other line, like so. So once everything has a check mark, the way you receive it is by clicking the Save button here on the top left corner. So you click Save, and you will get this message at the bottom of the screen: transactions completed, file records have been saved. So in this, after that is done, you need to retrieve the receipt number because you will need it for a later form. To retrieve the receipt number, you click the header button on the lower right corner, and it opens up this subform, and it gives you the receipt number. In our case, the receipt number is 11539. You can go ahead and close this, and you have received the product. So at this point you will stop the transactions in the system, because the process requires you to receive something in the system and then do the physical put away. And after the physical put away has been completed, then you move to the next step. So you will not do the received and put away at the same time, simply because there is a gap of time between the time that the product is received and the product is physically put away. So, but for purpose of this training, we'll say the time has passed, and then you are ready to put away the product because the put away guy has completed it and has forwarded you the paperwork for the receipt. So once that is done, you are ready to do the put away. You will go to receiving transactions. The receiving transactions, you will populate the receipt number, which we retrieved just a few minutes ago, a few seconds ago. For our transaction is 11539, and click find. So very similar to the other form, but in this case we are going to do the put away here. So you put a check mark in the first line and scroll to the right, and you will populate the locator or sub-inventory where you're going to place the product. So OSK, the locator we're going to say is A10. You don't have to populate any reason here. So all you need to do for each line is the sub-inventory and the locator, and then you need to click the lot and serial number at the bottom of the form for each item. So you click that button, it brings you to the lot entry. Here you will select the drop down because this is a transfer, and the transfer brings the product with the lot that it was shipped from the corresponding warehouse. So in this case, they shipped us this product, 147 tires of lot 1512. So we are going to just say all the tires were of the same lot and click done. And you will repeat the same process for each line. So you will go to the next line, and repeat the process. OSK. So sub-inventory transfer, sub-inventory locator, lot serial, click the drop down, gives you the lot number that they shipped you the product. You just have to populate the quantities. So all these, the lot numbers and the quantities are shipped to you with the paperwork that you get from the warehouse. So you will just populate those. They are in the packing list. Because like I said before, you have to receive the product with the same lot that they shipped it to you with. You will just repeat all the steps for all the items. Drop down for the lot, 60, quantity of 60, done. Move to the last item. Lot serial, drop down, and 1110. So what we have just done is assign the sub-inventory locator and lot to all the tires that we just received. This is the put away. And then you click save. And again, at the bottom, it just gives you the message that everything is being completed. And then you can go ahead and close. Systematically, we have just completed the received and put away of the transfer. Now for your record keeping, so that you can complete your received file, you will go to receiving transactions, and I'm sorry if I was going too fast. Here, viewed received transaction is in the same inbound for logistics towards the bottom of the form or the menu. Here you will type again the receipt number that you have retrieved before. And in this case, because you want to have all the transactions that you just did, instead of headers, you will change this check mark to transactions and click find. And it's going to bring you to all this detail for your receipt. Oracle does not provide a paperwork for a receipt out of standard Oracle. So for our record keeping, we are going to export this data into Excel and print it and save it with your documents. So anywhere in the form, you put the cursor where either the receive or delivery field is highlighted, like in this example. Click File, Export, and depending on the setting of your computer, it will either default to Excel or a text file. Recommend you contact the IT department so that everything defaults to Excel. Click Open, and here's our data. So for every received, there is a delivery. So for our record keeping, we'll do a sum of all the amounts, the delivery and the receipts, and we're going to divide it by 2 because for every quantity that is received, there is a delivery. So if we just do a sum, it will be like a duplicate. But when we do the sum, it will give us the actual just total tires that we received and put away. So this was our transfer, 337 tires, and as you can see here is we received 20 and we put away 20, 60, 60, 110, 110, and so on and so forth. So you will format this so that it prints all in one page, and you will attach it to all your receiving documents for your record keeping. So that's it. That is the procedure to receive a transfer into a warehouse. Thank you very much for your time.